If you have unfiled back tax returns with the IRS, you need to get back into filing compliance and resolve some of the issues associated with the non-filing. Here are my 3 steps to get you back into compliance. The first one is you need to get some important information from the IRS. So this means you probably need to contact the IRS directly, or you can even do some of this online, like getting transcripts to go ahead and get this information. So there's 3 pieces of information you need. First, you need to confirm that you need to file the tax return in question, especially if it's a really old return. If you're an individual, the IRS only generally requires you to file the past 6 years. That's IRS Policy Statement 5-133. So that's the first piece of that information you get from the IRS, confirm you need to file. The second one is you need to get your wage and income transcripts from the IRS. Why? Because this information, at least this information, needs to be reported to the IRS. Also, it's going to give you a great head start because this is an old year. What W-2s and 1099s are reported to the IRS so that you can report them accurately on your return. The last thing you're going to need from the IRS is to find out if there's any non-filer compliance enforcement. If there is, and this is especially true if it's more than 2 years past years old returns, like if it's 2024 and you're dealing with 2021 or prior year returns, you need to confirm that the IRS has not started any non-filer enforcement. If they do, you're likely going to go ahead and have to file with a specific IRS person or a compliance unit. So that's step 1, get this important information. Step 2 is to prepare and file an accurate tax return. So your wage and income information that you get from the IRS on that transcript is a good head start to start reporting income and some deductions on your return. Now, in filing a return, an old return with the IRS, you likely, if you're going to do it yourself, you're not going to be able to e-file those prior year returns with do-it-yourself software. Now, tax professionals can e-file the current year and prior 2-year returns, so you may want to consider using a tax professional. Absent that, you're going to have to file paper returns, which leads to my 3rd step, confirming that the IRS has actually accepted the return and dealing with any balance due and penalty issues. Now, if it's a paper file return, that's going to take several months for the IRS to go ahead and process. So you'll need to watch that and answer any questions should they arise via an IRS notice. Now, the IRS can select some returns for review, and I know they're going to select it for review if it doesn't include the information, the income, the W-2s, 1099s that's reported to the IRS. You're going to get more notices. That's going to freeze the return filing until you correct those particular issues. Another one are healthcare issues, like reconciling advanced premium tax credit if you get healthcare in the marketplace. So again, it has to match up to IRS records. Now, if you have a balance owed, you also need to deal with this issue. So you may need to pay in full, if you can go ahead and do that, or set up one of the IRS's collection alternatives, which could be a payment plan or one of the hardship alternatives. See my other video for that. Now, lastly, if you have balance due returns, you will likely have a failure to file and failure to pay penalty. So you need to consider penalty relief options. If you qualify for first-time penalty abatement, or if you qualify for reasonable cause abatement, going ahead and requesting those. Now, follow these 3 steps, get the information from the IRS, prepare an accurate return and file it accordingly with the IRS. And then lastly, confirm your return is accepted and deal with any balance due and penalty, and you'll get back in good standing with the IRS.